Hi everyone, just wanted to give you a quick overview of how I'm getting on building Pro2Store, the e-commerce add-on for UTheme Pro. As you can see here, I've got a brand new installation of Joomla 3.9.19 and I've got Pro2Store installed here, which I'll give you a quick overview of, and I'll show you the front end builder as well and take you through the early incarnation of the checkout process. I've got a Stripe plugin built and working, and I'll be able to show you how that works and how it works with Apple Pay and Android Pay as well. So let's have a look. First of all, I'll show you what I've done with the builder to give you a quick overview of the website that I'm working with. So in here I've got a Pro2Store demo, and I've installed the text-based kind of layout that UTheme have provided with all the images and that kind of thing. And I've created a little shop area here where I've listed a few products, a few tech products, and this is all just Latin text and that kind of thing. And then if I click through to one of the products, you see I've got title and image details, little switcher here, and a few product options, as well as a buy now button. And then up here in the toolbar I've got a little currency switcher, which is working. You'll see here this changes to dollars and euros, and let's just take that back down to pounds. And I've got a little cart button here, which will change when we get into beta and that kind of thing. It will be a wee bit more designed. And then I've got a checkout page here, which is incomplete, but I'm kind of getting there with it, and a checkout button here. So let's show you very quickly the builder and how I've got this set up. So in the builder, this is just a plain builder page that's provided by the library. If I click through to shop, this is a template, as you can see here, cat list, which is just a category list on the shop category, and it's just a grid which is pulling through articles. All right. And it's pulling through articles from the shop category here, as you can see. So basically any articles I put in the shop category will filter through to this grid. Okay, very simple. And then if I click through to a product page, you see this other shop item template activates, and in the builder here I've got a popover, which is why we've got these nice things. And I've used a popover here just to show you that actually all UTheme Pro elements will work in this in Pro2Store. You know, you're not limited by anything. You know, whatever your imagination wants to do with the builder, you can do it with your product pages, which is the whole point of Pro2Store. Because you know, I personally was fed up and sick of using e-commerce solutions for Joomla that had all these opinions about the front end, and I had to really hack everything together to get things to work the way my clients wanted them to. With this, you know, we just use the builder. It's fantastic. So this is the whole point. So just, you will have noticed as I was talking there that actually there's these special new elements that I've introduced. So you know, this is a normal headline. This is a normal text box that's pulling the SKU from a custom field, which I'll get to in a minute. We've got this special total element, which, you know, we can style whatever way the builder decides we want to style it, etc. You know, and this actually is hooked up to the Pro2Store system, so it will pull the price through for this product, Apple iPad Pro, etc. And actually will change as well when you change options. There's a little bug there which we'll get to because we're only in alpha, but as you can see, as I'm changing options, you see the price automatically updates. So that's all hooked up through the Pro2Store system, which I'll get to. At the minute, the options are a module. They will change to this is a Joomla module at the minute. It will change to an element, a UTheme Pro element. I'm just not quite at that point yet. Again, I'm still in alpha on this. The beta will be ready by the end of July, so still another month to get this sort of into shape. You can read all that in the roadmap on the Pro2.store website. And then the next one is obviously the add to cart button, which is just basically a button where, you know, we have all these options. You know, we can have whatever icons we want, but you know, we'll probably just stick to the cart one on that one. And then you can obviously you can change the alignment of the icon, the style of the button, you know, the size, full width, all the options you would get with a normal button. But it, let me just say that's quite nice. But it does have this magic property in the background that will add this to the cart when I click it. So let's put this nice affordable iPad Pro in the cart, and as you can see, the cart updates here, and in we go, and there's our iPad Pro in the cart. Alright, and we're now running up a nice bill here. And so you know, I'll show you how Pro2Store works in the back end in a second, but you'll notice that I have this order cancellation, order confirmation links here. This is just me testing how the order confirmation and order cancellation work. But again, these are just Uthene Pro Builder pages, so there's nothing special about them. You can have your own builder page for your cancellation page, which is hooked up to Uthene Pro, through to Pro2Store. And that means whenever your customer cancels their order in the checkout page, you can actually design something for your own website that they see. So I've designed this with a little icon here, you know, did we do something wrong, get help, all that kind of stuff. And the same thing applies to the order confirmation. You know, this is all a builder page. So once the order is complete and the user goes through the checkout, they land on this page, which brilliantly, you know, the whole idea of Pro2Store is to give you the whole control. You can design your order confirmation page. You're not stuck with whatever the e-commerce developers give you. So, and you know, this can be built. You know, you can drop in any sort of widgets here. You know, on a site that I've built for a client, I've done a nice GIF that kind of animates and says thank you. You know, which is really smart, really clever, and helps with customer retention and that kind of thing. So you can design this to your heart's content. Okay, so I think that's the front end kind of sorted. Let's see what the back end looks like. So in here you're about to see a very early incarnation of the Pro2Store backend. So it's in here. Alright, so on this home page of the Pro2Store backend, I'm going to have sort of sales charts and that kind of thing. Again, I'm still in alpha in this, so I haven't quite got that ready, and it's not as important as the other things you're about to see. So let's start with the products. So if I click products, as you can see, it instantly loads because I've built this backend in the Angular framework, which is just, you know, it's a single page application. It'll load very quickly. So what the products load is obviously a window on the content manager and the article manager. If I just show you that, here's the Joomla articles that I've created in this system. So when I go to Pro2Store products, it will be a window on the article system. However, I've given this little filter button here at the top, which will filter out and leave you just with the shop items, which is handy because it gets rid of like the home page, cart page, these test products and stuff that I've been doing, and the order confirmation, terms and conditions, that kind of thing, and just leaves the user with the products pages, which allows you then to see kind of base price and SKU numbers and stock levels and stuff, which is all kind of built into the system. And as you can see down here, I've got an order list which isn't quite ready yet. I've got a customer list, which is me here, and then currencies, and an easy way to manage currencies. I'll just show you very quickly, because this currency system is now complete and working and tested. I decided to start with the simple things first, which is the currencies. It's just a list of stuff. So if I wanted to, let me just remove euro and put it back in. So I've removed euros. I'll just refresh the front page here, and as you can see, we've now only got two currencies: dollars and pounds sterling. So back to here, if I wanted to add a currency, I get this little pop-up, and let's name the currency euro. Currency symbol, oops, is this one? Sorry, the ISO, which is euro, and then the symbol, and then the conversion rate, which will allow the prices to change on currency switching, which I will get to in a sec. So it's 0.9 on that one, and whether it's published or unpublished, it's obviously published. So let's save it, and again automatically it updates, and now I can refresh the front, and now we have euros. Alright, so all very simple, and an easy way to manage your currencies. And again, because this is built in the Angular framework, this is all kind of one-page application stuff, so I can publish and unpublish stuff very quickly. I can reset the default very quickly, and you know, cool thing about this, it's all built on the UI kit framework, so as you know, most of you will be familiar with the layout designs and that kind of thing. Alright, so that's how we manage things, and you know, I'm planning to recreate this currencies thing for customers and orders and all the rest of it, so it'll all look kind of very similar, and you will get to know the system very quickly, because it works like the Joomla backend, only designed slightly better, I think. Okay, so if I wanted to ask, say I wanted to edit a product here, let's say this iPad Pro, because it's obviously a little cheaper than it should be, so let's click the edit button. And what you'll notice here is actually it kicks me over to the Joomla article manager. This is just the Joomla article edit. And the reason this is because obviously in the builder, in the U-Theme Pro builder, all items are just normal Joomla article items. So for me, there was really no point in creating some special U-Theme Pro product item system, because then we wouldn't be able to use the builder. And what I've done is I've given custom fields to manage all the Pro2Store stuff. So I'll just go through this and show you how all this works. In the Pro2Store tab here, I've loaded in some custom fields. These are all just normal Joomla custom fields, apart from one, which is this product options thing, which I'll get to. But these are all custom fields, therefore they can be pulled through the dynamic content system in U-Theme Pro, which is fantastic. So first one is this a product? So we can designate this this Joomla article as a Pro2Store product or not, yes or no. So this is set to yes, obviously. Our base price, so this is the price of the product should there be no options added. So let's increase this to $9.50, because obviously it's an iPad Pro, we want to make it the right price. Then for back-end systems we need a SKU number, SKU, which is a particular product identifier, and anyone who's built an e-commerce site in the past will know what this is. It helps with inventory management and stock management, that kind of thing. Then we've got our stock level, which is just a number. A discount, which we can set to special discount. So let's say there's 20% off this at the minute. We can set this discount, and then a discount type, so it's 20%. The amount would be the amount in sterling, so in this case it would be $9.30. So it just takes £20 or euros or dollars off it. Let's just keep that a percent for now. And then we're into the product options. Now this looks huge, big scary thing, so it's worth kind of explaining what's going on here. So in the product options we have the product name here, the color, capacity, size, and this links through to this stuff. So this all matches up, so the color, capacity and size. And then we have these option types. So we've got the choice at the minute of drop down, radio, checkbox and colors. So let's make this say a checkbox. Actually it could be a radio, because there's only two options. So let's see what that looks like. So I've changed this to radio, and there we go, we've got a radio. Alright, let's just go back to this and change that to a drop down. So we choose the option type of this, and then we give our options inside this box, and obviously these are all repeatable, and they're all using the Joomla repeatable fields, use the subform stuff. So we can give our options. Say we wanted to give another option here, a nice red color, because I know Apple are doing a red option of certain things, and let's say that the red added an extra cost, so it should add let's say it adds 25% to the cost. Let's save that, and you'll see what happens on the front end. So now it's back to a drop down, and we have this optional red color, and watch what happens to the price when I click it. There we go, we've added 25% to the price. So what this essentially does is allow us to create as many options as we like. we can choose how the options are displayed in the front end. And again, this all uses UIKit, so depending on your template, this will change based on your design, again giving you the control. And then we list our options within this option group, and then we can add or subtract different values to that, and it'll all kind of total up here in the total. And we can add as many of these as we want. So let's say we wanted to add, a particular option here, and it was a checkbox, Pro version or something like that, and it was a checkbox, and just call it Pro, and it adds 80% to the price. Pretty cool. Then this then becomes a checkbox here. Okay, so that's kind of how the product options work on the back end, and it all runs through Joomla custom fields, which again allows us to be creative with the builder system. So if I jump in here, say to this product again, I open my template, go to the shop item, it means that here I can pull through, as I've done here, the SKU, but let's say I wanted to pull through the discount amount, then all I need to do is use the dynamic content system in here and pull through the Pro2Store stuff. So maybe we want to show the stock level. So let's look at the stock level. You see it just hangs there, 34, but we can put in before, remaining stock. Alright, and there we go, remaining stock is 34, because that's all dynamic. And then in our settings, let's say we want to have this as lead. Again, Pro2Store doesn't care about how you want to lay out your product pages, which is again is the beauty of all this. And there we go, so now we've got remaining stock. Again, you probably wouldn't design it this way, but there we go. That's how we get some of the Pro2Store stuff through to the front end customizer. And again, this works across all because it's a template, it works across all the products. There we go. So alright, I think that's pretty much shown you exactly where we are at the minute now. It's the 20th of June that I'm recording this, and in the roadmap I said I'd have the alpha ready by this time, around this time. And I'm looking at what I've got. I really am at an alpha stage here. I'm giving myself another month of development to get it to the beta, and all those who have signed up for the beta access, you'll get an email about getting access to that. I will be selecting a few people. There have been a few people who have been in consistent touch with me over the last few weeks. You know who you are, who will be getting access to this alpha as well, just to kind of play around with it and see what's good and what isn't good, where things can be improved for the beta, and so they'll be getting an email soon as well. But I'm in constant touch with them anyway. So the development of this is really happening fast. I'm really confident this will be ready by the end of August this year, and for full release. And I think this will, I'm really hopeful that this will change e-commerce for Joomla completely. I think this will be a great thing. It's something that we use in the agency already. So basically my job at the minute is to basically try and white label this, because we've been using Uthene Pro for e-commerce for the last year and a half, and we've built some big sites with it. One in particular is a multi-million-pound per year kind of e-commerce site that operates UK wide. In fact, it operates in the entire EU, and we've been using this system, so I'm fairly confident of how the system will come together. Actually, one thing I didn't show you was the checkout system. So let's buy this £2,500 worth of technology here. So if I click the checkout button, this kicks me over to the Stripe payment. As you can see, it's in test mode, and Stripe checkout system works here. Actually, if I take this over to Safari, let me just open Safari and go to Pro2Store and put something in the cart in Safari. I'll show you how Apple Pay works on this as well. So let's just put that in the cart. check out. Oh, I've got this. I forgot to show you this new customer returning customer system, which isn't quite hooked up yet, but I'll get there with that. So if I check out on Safari, there we go. Apple Pay is activated as well. So you'll get Apple Pay out of the box and Android Pay out of the box using the Stripe checkout system, which is now fully operational. I've done a few transactions with it, some test ones, some live ones, and it all is working really well. Anyway, so that was the one thing I forgot to show you. And if I hit back, obviously I'll land on the order cancel page, which I showed you earlier. Yeah, so I'm really hopeful that Pro2Store will be a really useful tool for people who build e-commerce sites and want to use the builder for everything. You know, because I've used the builder here for the checkout system as well. So look, this is all via the builder. You know, at the minute this is all modules. This is your cart item stuff, and the checkout system is a module, but it will eventually be a Uthene Pro element. So I mean, you're with this system, you're going to be able to design your list pages with the builder, your product single layout pages, your add to cart pages with the builder, your order confirmation page with the builder, your order cancellation page with the builder, and your checkout page, all with the Uthene builder. And that means that the entire site is yours to design the way you want, and that is the philosophy of Pro2Store, and that's what I'm trying to achieve with this. Okay, so enough from me. Thanks for everyone for watching. If you have any feedback, jump over to Pro2.store, and there's plenty of contact forms on that website for you to use. Just get in touch. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you think I'm getting on. If I've missed anything, you know, if there's something obvious that's jumping out at you that you've seen on this video that I maybe need to address. But I know there's bugs everywhere, so because we're only in alpha. But you know, if there's any ideas that you have, please get in touch. Like I say, I'm in regular contact with 3 or 4 people who are really interested in this. If you want to become one of those people that get access to the alpha, you know, just get in touch. Tell me about what you're doing. Tell me about your agency and how you might use how you might use Pro2Store, and you know, I'm happy to talk to anyone who wants to chat about it. All right, so I'm going to sign off there.